Hey there, buddy.
Yeah.
I haven't done this in a while.
Yeah.
God, that sounded so gross.
Yeah. I mean,
out of my mouth.
Do you think that's what she said, though?
No, I don't think she said it like that.
Hi, I'm Kit. This is Cade. We're real people doing real reviews. We are going to review Párvulos, which is a film that we both get to see in Austin, and then I get to see it again at the Calgary Independent Film Festival in Austin. We were at Fantastic Festival.
Yeah.
I love both of them. They were so great. If you're ever in Austin, go to the Alamo Draft House Theater. They are awesome people, and they run a really great festival. We are going to make soup today because in one of the opening scenes in this film, they eat some soup, but it's a little bit sad how they do it. So we're going to talk about it from there.
From that point of view. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, Párvulos.
Párvulos.
Should we put water in first?
No. So,
how do we make soup?
So, well, here's a bunch of scrap vegetables. Because we're going to make some vegetable stock first.
Okay, we'll do that.
Because in Párvulos, it's set post-apocalyptic. So they had to rough it.
They did have to rough it. It's a beautiful perspective, and the director did some really interesting takes. His name is Isaac, and he is a tremendous talent. I know that he's going to do some huge things in 2025. That's for sure. He's getting really looked at right now by a few production studios.
What are you doing with that?
Well, I was curious if can I use it for the ginger?
Yeah, you could use that for the ginger.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to be useful.
Oh, okay.
Just like the kid, remember? They wanted to be useful.
I mean, that's better than the knife that you could be holding.
Yeah,
just hold the knife.
You're fine.
No big deal.
So the story is told post-apocalyptic from a child's perspective, and they've done a few different things to kind of showcase that. And one of the things that they did was they used a really interesting lens when they were doing transitions, so you can kind of see. Oh, that smells so nice, by the way, the ginger.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah, I do. And so the story starts out with the children going out, and they are looking for food for the monster. Do you want to trade places?
I don't know why I felt like I needed to stand on that side of you.
We can do that.
No, this is fine. Go ahead.
Okay. So they're looking for food for the monster that lives in the basement, and it's quite abrupt on how much you realize that these kids have really gone through seeing a lot, because what they feed the monster is.
Well, there's two of them.
There's two monsters, but in the beginning, you think it's one. Right?
Oh, I guess that's true.
Yeah. And it's the kids' curiosity on, so there's three kids. There's one that's like a teenager. Yeah. And then one adolescent, one like quite young, and all boys. And they are living in this home that they've kind of barricaded themselves into, and they've created a system on what works for them to take care of the monster and take care of each other when it comes to food. And there seems to be another threat that you can kind of notice too, that it's not just that there are potential of, zombies or creatures or viruses that are out there, but there's also kind of like a bad team of people that are out there that are, doing the work that the zombies are not. And they feel entitled to do that. And so that's kind of what we're introduced to. The reason why we're in Christmas gear.
Yes. If you didn't know, maybe we should talk about why we're dressed the way we are.
Yeah, it is. It is set in the fall, and then it turns into Christmas time, and them trying to make memories as this, terrible new point of view of life that's very bleak. And they do the bleakness in a lot of, and I know we don't talk about coloring a lot, but it's so obvious in this film. They really showcase how bleak it is. Mm-hmm. And the only real color that you see throughout the film is based around nostalgia. And
the holiday itself.
And the holiday of Christmas. And so we thought it'd be fitting to do that. Is that one mine and this one's yours? Because I took your spot.
You took my spot. It's okay. Cheers.
Cheers. Okay.
So basically in the midst of the movie and before it gets to Christmas, you realize that the monster or the monsters, which turn out to be zombies downstairs in the basement, are actually mom and dad.
Which is awful because they show flashbacks of what wonderful people they are and that what this virus has turned them into. And it's quite scary. It is quite scary. It really does play on the like, what's in the darkness, what's in the basement type of feeling. And especially when you're a kid, like how much you fear those things.
Right.
And them trying to protect each other, but also still being like curious, like kids, like trying to figure it out. So yes, when we find out that it's the parents, the kids try to like,
which is kind of funny, like mid-movie, it's a bit comical, where they recreate, because it's very nostalgic. So they're doing like the ornaments and like decorating for Christmas, but then also too it cuts to like a picture of like the full family at Christmas time a couple of years ago. Like past in the movie, and so then they recreate it with like mom and dad as zombies tied up at the table
in chairs with like collars, like they're very dangerous monster creatures, and they're like cheese, like
mom and dad are like drooling at the mouth.
They played on a few dark things, and we felt like watching the movie. I have never seen something like that. What I like about a lot of horror films or horror books is that kids always believe each other, and the parents or the adults never believe the kids. But in this scenario, it's only kids.
That's true.
And so them all like kind of making decisions together as a team, literally, like doesn't matter how young the youngest is, like he has a vote because they are in this like situation together. I thought the perspective was so smart from the director. And and I know that this is one of the films that Firebook Productions actually worked with, and they're kind of everywhere right now. They're kind of coming on the scene, which I really like. We got a chance to interview them actually in we interviewed them in Austin, and our mics didn't work, remember? So we didn't get to show it. So sorry, Firebook.
Sorry.
We think you guys are great.
Sorry, guys. It's just videos of us doing. Like you can't hear anything,
which is too bad because that film is so great, and it was so great hearing your perspective. We'll share it here. But as the film progresses, they realize that because there was a visitor that came at Christmas time, a female visitor. So we see a little dark turn there where the female visitor deflowers one of the boys.
Well, it's a coming of age. Like they're growing up, so they're it's like one of those.
You think it's sweet?
Well, it's kind of like it's a weird, like if you're post-apocalyptic, and you don't know anything that's going on, and it kind of happens organically in this midst of what happens, and she's clearly more experienced than he is, so she's like
and older.
Hey there, buddy. I haven't done this in a while. God, that sounded so gross.
I mean,
out of my mouth.
Do you think that's what she said though?
No, I don't think she said it like that. But that's what I heard. Hey there, buddy.
Do we want to put these in the broth? Is that what you put the leaves in for? What are these?
This is sage, and that's tarragon.
Do we want that?
Well, I was going to cut. Yeah, I was going to cut these up. But what do you want to do?
What do you do with them first? God, they smell so good.
Do they smell good?
Yeah.
Sniff them.
Here you go, guys. So she's there. She spends the night there. He's like, that was wonderful, but respectfully exit because, I have enough to take care of with my two younger siblings and my parents that are monsters. And, oh no, she doesn't reveal that they're monsters.
He doesn't know that they're downstairs. And then she does at the, when she's trying to leave.
Yeah. She hears something as she goes down, and she's kind of raiding their fridge to go out into the world and, continue on her journey.
Oh, am I going to spoil it?
What?
Do I spoil it? What happens?
No, I don't think so. Because we realize that she goes downstairs. There's a jump scare moment. We realize that the parents start getting a lot healthier if they eat human flesh, and they haven't been eating human flesh until then. So then the youngest kids start voting on what if we get more humans.
No. So that's how they start. It's because they eat her.
Yeah.
I didn't want to ruin it, but I just ruined it. Sorry, guys.
Spoiler.
Spoiler.
You have to go see it anyway.
The girl deflowers son. The parents get her back. They eat her.
It's gross too. They like really.
Yeah, it was a very gross
scene.
It was good. I liked it.
You would.
What is that supposed to mean?
Well, no, I mean,
you mean
they did a good job with the effects.
Yeah,
like you believed it.
Yeah,
like
it was very believable for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's how she actually doesn't leave. Mom and Dad eat her, and then they get better. Like they
are healthier. They have the more energy. They had been
sick.
They
become more human.
And
again,
they're like,
which is weird.
Yeah, and the youngest kids have been like reading them books and trying to get them to say words, and
so then they train them. Yeah,
they train them in it. So then it evolves to, okay, like we're noticing that our parents are better. Oh, that's nice too. What is that? That's the tarragon. Guys, this is tarragon. This is why I would not survive an apocalypse if I had to take care of the food. Not my skill set. Thank goodness for you. Kit and Cade, not rescuing you from the apocalypse. The end. So
I don't know why I'm putting the knife on your side. Let me just.
You're gonna put it there? Yeah. What?
Look, you have the fork. I'll have the knife.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
Should we? Yeah.
That's smelling good back there.
Already? Should we do that? Well, I think it might be this too. Should we put some of this in?
No, I was gonna wait. We could actually. I don't know. So in this soup, maybe we'll get people to weigh in the comments. Should we fry the mushrooms first, or just put them in the soup?
We're doing like a vegan steak.
Yes. Fun facts. This is a vegan, and I'm vegan adjacent.
Yeah, so he's just next to a vegan.
I'm just next to a vegan.
Yeah. So we could marinate it, but I think it already has a flavoring on it. We're going for like
Is it cooked already?
Yep. You just have to make it warm. But we could fry them together. I think would be nice.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Should I try it? A blind taste test?
Well, no, it's just cold, like tempeh with like some. Do you want to do it?
I mean, it looks like.
I mean, if this was an apocalypse, would you?
It looks like cat food.
But, or a dog.
Or a human. I don't know why I'm all of a sudden very scared. Okay. Yeah. All right, here we go.
I think we need to fry it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't?
The texture's weird.
Yeah, it needs to be seared, I think.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a steak.
I think if in my head that's what cat food would taste like.
I mean, it smells a little like cat food.
It looks a little like cat.
I mean, that's fair. Okay, we need oil. Is that in your pantry?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Get some oil.
Okay, so after after the mom and dad eat the girl, then what happens?
So they kind of have this weird where they get sick and then they get better.
Yeah.
And then like the youngest son, he's very like I want to save mom and dad.
Yes, which as you would be as a young
as the baby in the family, which I'm not.
You're not?
You're just an only child.
I'm an only, so I count, right?
Yeah.
I'm the youngest.
And the oldest.
Look at that.
Look at there.
Hold on, let me turn this on. I press it, and then what do I do?
You sling it.
Oh, that's too much. That's way too much. I want like a 4.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you like your frying pan?
4.
A 4. So he's teaching them. They learn like to say words again.
Yep, by them he means mom and dad.
Mom and dad, yes.
But it is quite obvious that they need more human flesh. So he talks to the 2 other brothers and says, what if we go hunt some humans?
Yes. In the midst of the movie, they're going to go hunt.
Yep.
Some other humans. So they actually like go out and they have this full plan.
Yep.
Where they
are going to trap them.
And I think they do a good job of trapping someone.
They do a wonderful job acting. Let me tell you about these child actors. Yeah. Pretty amazing. And from what I understand too, they had to continually recast because the kids kept aging out before they could make the movie.
Oh, really?
And so this was like the final casting decision, and they're so good. These kids are so good. I can't wait to see them in more things. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. I open the.
You want all of these?
I mean, yeah. Let's do all of them.
That's a lot.
Well,
maybe. All right.
I mean, we're mixing mushrooms with cat food, so.
Well, here we are.
Here we are.
Okay.
They'll shrink.
Will they?
Yeah.
Mushrooms shrink?
Yeah.
In the frying pan?
I think they do.
Like how spinach does? Like how it gets all like shrivelly? I feel like sometimes people are gonna watch this and be like, "Is she new at life?" Like, do you know there's sometimes where
I was actually just thinking too, like,
are you new at life? Listen.
Have you had a mushroom?
Yeah. Like
okay.
Like on a pizza.
Pause. Okay.
Or like, when they like the button mushrooms that you like cut up into salad.
Okay. So raw mushrooms and cooked mushrooms, but never taking mushrooms from raw to cooked.
I feel like I had like a way back, back in the meat eating days, I had a Philly cheesesteak that had onions and mushrooms on it.
Some days I wonder how she survives.
Oh my gosh. Listen,
here we go.
Well, somebody else cooks for me.
That's very sweet.
It is sweet. Can I put this on the pan? Because I think it'll help with the...
Yeah. Some ginger?
Yeah.
Do you want some garlic in there too?
I think we should.
Also too, clearly.
Mm-hmm. What?
I'm looking for love.
You're...
Kiss me.
He can't... well, he's single. So you go ahead, guys. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's... I think... Larry, thank you. I know. Yes.
So they go hunting. We digress. Because I feel like this is like a science experiment behind me, and I'm like, oh God, I agreed to eat this.
No, we're gonna do a great job making soup. I think I need like what are those, tongs? I knew the word.
A spatula.
Well, no, I was gonna use tongs because then I can pick up and see. Like, no,
okay.
I should use a spatula. Is it in the straw? Okay, you keep going.
So they set up this trap for this other human.
Yep. He's not a bad guy. He's just a regular guy in the woods.
Just a regular guy that made it through the apocalypse.
Living on his own.
Here's
a little boy crying.
Yeah.
How awful.
Yeah, here's a little boy crying, which, goes back to us saying like they were really good at acting, these little kids. Mm-hmm. Because it's very believable even in this scene. Mm-hmm. And then they shoot him with like a bow and arrow.
He falls in the...
Well, they dig like something, but... Oh, right? Yes.
Maybe don't reveal that part because it's really good.
I think they heard you.
Oh, it's a rock. It wasn't a rock.
Well, we won't reveal it, but if you can hear that, that's what happened. They did that.
They get him.
Like classic horror moment. Mm-hmm. The guy starts attacking one of the boys, and the youngest... Is it the youngest? I think it's the youngest again. The little youngest is like a little fiery...
Something.
I was going to say something else, but I was like...
He's excited to help his parents. And so he's just really feeling like he's doing the right thing. Yes. And it's wonderful. So
then he goes splat.
Yeah.
And then they take him back, and mom and dad has Christmas dinner.
They have quite a feast. And it was quite impressive. Then we find out the bad guys come for them on top of everything else that they're dealing with, trying to figure out like, well, how are they going to take care of each other, take care of these parents, all of these things. These bad guys come after them.
But also, don't they call them like the
trumpets?
The trumpets. So there's a bit of like religious undertones in the movie. For this part,
kind of owning the apocalypse, like taking ownership of the apocalypse, that there's only 144,000 people who are supposed to survive this apocalypse, and it's their job to get rid of anyone who's not a zombie and not of the same mindset.
Yeah.
And so they find these kids in the woods, and obviously they're not of the same mindset. Then they go to...
Which I would have to say, actually I caught myself. The parents were believable as zombies.
Yes.
But... because they were the trumpets and the bad guys, and you heard this like alien horn
trumpeting throughout the woods for like hours.
You're
like,
how did that happen?
You're like, you're just walking around. Hoot.
Yeah. That was the only part that I was like...
We felt like it was too long.
It sounded like...
Alien.
Is it Alien that they suck with Dakota Fanning and they suck her up?
Yeah.
What is that movie called? With the aliens. Anyways, that's what the horn trumpet sounded like. Mm-hmm. A little alien hornish
They turn into be quite scary though, and aggressive. And they found a substance that can heal the zombies, and that there was only so many dropped off. They had found out about that from the girl who had deflowered the boy and then passed away, that there was potentially some cure.
You said that so nicely.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Look at me being politically correct.
Yeah.
I must have
for
been
once.
I've been in boardrooms all week. That's the problem. The side hustle of a movie critic is corporate life. So then it turns out in the end, and I'm not going to say the ending.
Oh, you're not going to tell him? What happens?
It's still sad.
Well, it leaves it open, actually.
Do you think there'll be another Párvulos?
I kind of hope so.
Me too.
Like with the kids a little older.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
what happens next in the journey?
What happens next?
Yeah, they can't stay in that same house.
Well, because, oh, yes.
For a few reasons.
See, I was going to do another spoiler. I got to be careful.
Yeah, we should.
Anyways.
Guys, vote if you want just the full story.
You know what I mean? Maybe we should, Yeah,
tell us. Comment below. Spoiler if you want spoilers.
Yes.
Comment spoiler. And then we'll continue or not continue. Yeah?
Yeah. We'll tell them those things.
What did we give this movie out of 10?
Well, it was a Cade and Kit favorite.
It really was. Yeah, I would definitely watch it again. Well, I did watch it again because I got to see it twice in theater.
To see it twice.
I would see it again. I like watching horror movies that have a holiday theme that you can watch during the holidays. So I would really love to see this on Netflix or Shudder, so we could, you know what I mean? So you can stream it.
Well, it's also kind of fun because it's like a fun movie that's not based around anything Halloween, any sort of other
holiday,
yeah, so it's a fun like Christmas, but it's like not Christmas
and
but
coming of age and
kind of funny, scary, classic horror genre horror I don't think that first one
I don't think we'll just redo that one. Oh no. Yeah, I think it was quite high. I think I gave it a 9.2.
Yeah.
9.2 out of 10. It was really well done and very fun to watch and had some very believable acting. I love when there's start to finish great story, interesting story, unique story. Yeah. It is foreign language, so it is something that is subtitled in English for you to understand it. And I definitely would watch it again and would love to see it on a streaming service. It was really, really great. From what I understand, it will be, I think, on Tubi or Hulu or one of those. But I'd like to see it on a mainstream one because it's really good. Yeah. It's also interesting. I would love to sit with mom and dad and be like, how did you train for this part? They were dancers. The mom and dad were dancers. The mom and dad were contemporary dancers. I asked the director because I was like, my gosh, their movements. Well, yeah, because they're so believable and mechanical, and they really gave it. And their faces. Their faces, and you're like, it's really good. It is. Probably the best 2 zombies I've seen in a while. I would agree. I would, although we watched some good ones, but that one. I know, I was like, oh, is that true? Did I just make a lie? No, but Tri-Zombie was good too. I know, we love Tri-Zombie. Yeah. I think we've seen some zombie movies lately. We went to a horror specific festival, so of course you're gonna see that. But I also feel like to zone in on 2 characters for that amount of time and it be believable the entire time. Yeah, that's quite impressive, really, and also signs of a really wonderful director and actors. So really great casting, really great job. If you get the opportunity to watch Párvulos, Cade and Kit approved, we would love for you to watch it, and we'd like to hear what your feedback is on the thoughts on the film as well. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm Cade. This is Kit. And we're real people doing real reviews.